Yo, yo, what's happening? Peace, peace. Listen, y'all, I'm going live on my YouTube right now. The link is in my story. Go click the link if y'all want the full view. I'm gonna start it from here though. If y'all want to check it out, we doing the EBOLA update, the HANTA virus update. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. The best part is gonna be at the end. I got some crazy information at the end. Go click the link in my bio. We about to get started. So this is the first video. This is the update on HANTA virus right now.
Jasmine Rowe joins us now. She has the latest on this. Yeah, that's right. So a little bit of confusion.
The CDC is confirming it's now implemented quarantine orders and it's requiring all 18 passengers remain in isolation until at least May 31st. Now, this is after the New York Times reported a passenger named Angela Perryman who said that she tested negative and has no symptoms made plans to travel to Florida and isolate at an Airbnb, something local health officials said last week people would have the option to do. Now, Perry saying that the health officials said they'd contact law enforcement if she tried to leave. So far, there are about 18 people quarantined, but health officials warn we could likely see more.
We'll likely see several more cases of this pop up this week in people who are on the ship or on planes who had close contact with infected individuals.
And the strain of the HANTA virus is fatal in about 40% of all.
This is about from a week ago, which is a little bit older. I just wanted to show y'all some of these updated videos on what they're talking about. But it says CDC upgrades voluntary HANTA virus quarantine order to mandatory, so it's forced to be quarantined. But to be honest, how I feel about this whole HANTA virus situation now is that, you know, we've seen in the past, like I seen somebody tweet, they said because the fear and the terror or the HANTA virus didn't inflict enough fear onto the people, now they're moving on to something else, which I honestly believe, because if something isn't believable enough, people aren't going to buy into it. And when you got people posting stuff like the things that I post and people who are exposing this stuff, it's not as believable, and the story can't jump off quick. But now they're starting onto this Ebola virus, so I want y'all to see how this shit is going right now.
Potentially deadly HANTA virus. Sentara is getting ready just in case a potential HANTA virus patient shows up in a local hospital.
So this was 6 days ago also.
A cruise ship in the South Atlantic is a hotspot
for a virus that has killed 3 people. One traveler who disembarked before the outbreak was identified returned home to Virginia. That person and others are under monitoring for fever, fatigue, muscle aches, and vomiting. The region's largest health system is prepping 4 isolation areas that were built in 2014 in response to the Ebola virus. Amanda Freeman is the emergency room manager.
All right, so this is the exterior entrance to our highly consequential infectious disease unit. So the patient would arrive in this room. They would be in a secure pod to keep the isolation secure. One cool feature that we have.
Gone to the unknowns.
Yeah, this was something. Oh, hold on. Okay, this is a new cruise ship HANTA virus strain. Isn't the same as in New Mexico, and this is what I was talking about in my last video. How it's like they keep finding new HANTA virus strains. Like, okay, it's not. Isn't the same one as in Mexico. The one that we found in Mexico isn't the same HANTA virus that we found on the cruise ship. They did this to like 3 other states. Once was in Chicago, once was in Colorado, once was in Illinois. But it's just weird, because to me it looks like all like a script. Like the video I showed y'all where all of the news reporters are saying the exact same thing in sequence. This is the same script going across different news stations, is what I believe.
Because the virus involved appears to be the Andes strain, which is the only hantavirus known to sometimes spread from person to person through close contact.
Is this the same virus we saw here in New Mexico?
You know, it's related, but not exactly the same. In New Mexico, we mostly see a strain linked to an illness called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. It's rare here, usually fewer than 10 cases a year, but it can be very severe. The important difference is that the New Mexico strain is not known to spread from person to person.
Should people here in New Mexico be worried?
There's no reason to panic. Hantavirus infections are still
Well, first it was hantavirus and now Ebola. A series of viral outbreaks across
different parts of the world, once again raising concerns about global public health. But experts say this does not mean the world is heading into another COVID-like era or COVID-like.
We're not gonna watch this whole video. I'm gonna skip to 3 minutes. I just wanted y'all to hear the message that they're saying about what's going on. This lady right here.
The fact that the WHO has declared a public health emergency of international concern means that it is serious. And the reasons are that this Ebola outbreak has occurred in the Democratic Republic.
All right, so y'all heard that word, public health emergency. What's the word, Organic Warriors? I see you. No problem, man. I'm going to keep y'all up to date. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube. Click that link in the bio if you want to see the actual live stream. But yeah, y'all check this out.
Republic of Congo and the neighboring
Uganda. So 2 countries are involved. There have been cases reported in both capital cities. It's an area which is very heavily populated, but also an area where there is a lot of conflict and movement of people, and the public health infrastructure is not very strong. And so for all these reasons, already there are more than 250 suspected cases and 80 suspected deaths.
Now to the deadly Ebola outbreak. An American doctor has now tested positive for that virus. This as travel restrictions have been announced ahead of the World Cup.
Here's ABC's Avatar. This morning, the CDC has confirmed an American doctor working in
Central Africa is now being treated for Ebola. Dr. Peter Stafford has been living in Congo working with a medical missionary organization. His wife, who works with him, was exposed to the virus but is not showing symptoms. The couple and their 4 children are now being taken to Germany.
Hold on. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna just repeat that one more time because I seen some people just joined in. But yeah, like I was saying before, I think that it's weird that this Ebola virus is happening. It happened right after the HANTA virus strain, and eventually they're going to be doing a World Cup over here in America. The people from Congo are coming over here to Houston, Texas to, be stationed and to practice to prepare for the World Cup. It just so happens that the outbreak happened in Congo, or that's one of the countries that all the people with the Ebola virus are at. And they just happen to be coming over here. But like the lady said, there was 80 cases 8 days ago. There was 80 deaths from the Ebola virus 8 days ago with 300 suspected cases. And now there's 800 suspected cases and there's been over 300 deaths. And this is within the past week. And those same people are getting ready to come over to this spot.
Humanitarian organizations.
So currently, right now, our government is putting bans on people coming from the Congo, from entering from the Congo to the United States, and as well as people from the United States may potentially not be able to come back over from that area. So if y'all have any trips of going to Africa or doing anything like that, I would definitely hold off on that. I know that might sound crazy, but I actually had planned to go to Africa this year. So that actually threw a wrench in my plans, but you know, it is what it is. But this is something that you should definitely take into consideration. The rest of this I can just explain. There was a video with Trump. I want y'all to see that where he was talking about the Ebola virus. He let his people talk about it. Let me go to the playlist. What's up, people? What's up? Here it is.
There are two serious health situations happening, one abroad and one here at home, and I want to talk about it both with you this evening. Abroad, we have an Ebola outbreak that is now the third largest in history, over 1,000 reported cases, over
the third largest Ebola outbreak in history,
200 reported deaths, and today we're
learning that the Trump administration has put a ban on U.S. infectious disease specialists from talking with the World Health Organization and assisting with the Ebola crisis abroad.
The outbreak that has
listen to what he just said.
And assisting infectious disease specialists, the Trump administration has put a
ban on U.S. infectious disease specialists from talking with the World Health Organization and assisting with the Ebola crisis abroad. The outbreak that has
he said that the Trump administration has put a ban on infectious disease specialists on helping the World Health Organization come up with a plan for the Ebola outbreak. Like, why are you preventing our specialists from helping them with this Ebola outbreak? That don't even make any sense. What's going on, NW?
Ravaged the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and could potentially spread across borders, as today, the World Health Organization chief says that we are behind the 8 ball when it comes to responding to the outbreak. Here at home, the health topic we need to discuss is the president's. Donald Trump tomorrow will be visiting Walter Reed National
Medical Center for his 3rd annual checkup
in a period of 13 months. And there were questions.
I was going to show y'all the video of Trump saying it, but I've been itching to show y'all something else. So that's really what I want to show y'all, because this low-key kind of blew my mind. All right, so I found this picture on Twitter. Let's see, where's the picture? Is this it? Okay, here it is. All right. So I'm gonna read y'all this, and I'm gonna read it to y'all, and then I'm gonna break it down and what it's about, who it is. Now, this is the guy who wrote this. His name is Vincent Munster. He's a PhD, the chief of the virus ecology section, laboratory of virology. It's a big dude. We'll go into it more. All right. So what does it say? It says, hold on. Let me make it bigger. All right. He says, I'm hearing rumors about a furin cleavage site in 2019 in COVID, that this is the COVID strain they're talking about, that might have been engineered in. So he said, I'm hearing rumors about a furin cleavage site in 2019 COVID that might have been engineered in. Neither of you can probably comment on this, but it seems surprising as the Wuhan Virology Group initially said it was a virus not seen before. Hence, if they were working on it, this statement is not true. Perhaps this explains the non-committal letter from the NAS to the White House indicating that the origin of the virus is not yet known. If true, this is very bad for all of virology research. Vincent. So this is the chief of a virology laboratory, right? He's basically saying that he's been hearing rumors about a furin cleavage site. A furin cleavage site is basically I'm not going to pretend that I'm 100% knowledgeable in this, but I've done my research enough to know what it is. It's basically a site in the virus that you can tell that they inserted something in. Let me go to Grok because I broke it down. So first I'm gonna explain to y'all who this dude is. Okay, so the main person pictured in this is Vincent Musser. He is a virologist and chief of the virus ecology section at the NIH Rocky Mountain Laboratories, right? It says Vincent Rassanello, Columbia University virologist, Higgins Professor of Microbiology and Immunology. He appears to have forwarded the inner email discussing rumors about furin cleavage site in 2019. Okay. The person that he's talking to is a prominent coronavirus researcher at UNC Chapel Hill. He's the one who he's talking to in this letter. Okay. So I said, in layman's terms, what is this document saying and what is it suggesting? Right. It says a scientist is telling other top coronavirus researchers that he's hearing rumors that the new coronavirus has a special feature called a furin cleavage site, and that this feature might have been engineered, in parentheses it says added on purpose in the lab. So that is what this letter is saying, that they purposely, that it potentially, he's hearing rumors that this could have been added in a lab. He finds this suspicious because the Wuhan Virology Institute had publicly said this was a completely new virus they had never seen before. But if it had a lab-made feature and they had been secretly working on something similar, then their public statement was false. In other words, Wuhan said that they never seen this type of virus before. They said they never seen this virus before. But when they look at the virus, they see something called a furin cleavage site. And that's something that they commonly see in viruses that are engineered. It's like seeing a certain pattern in it's almost like when AI checks to see if something is AI. Like AI is able to recognize it because it's AI. It's the same situation that's going on. They're looking at this virus and they're seeing an inserted section and they like, who added this feature to this strain? Because all of the other strains that we've seen in the family of this virus don't have this insertion in it. And this is something that we commonly do, right? He said he also wonders if this rumor is why the National Academy of Science sent a very vague, non-committal letter to the White House saying, we don't know where the virus came from yet. It said, this is what Grok is saying, what it's suggesting. If the rumor is true, this will be very bad for the entire field of virology. Why? Because it would strongly point toward the idea that the virus was either created or modified in a lab. Either lab leak / gain of function research gone wrong, not a natural spillover from animals. Because remember, when COVID happened, what was they telling us? That this shit came from a bat, right? They kept telling us that this shit came from a bat. Now they telling us that what you call it is coming from a rat. Okay, let's keep going. Bottom line, top scientists, and all I asked Grok was, what is this picture suggesting and what does it mean? This is what it told me. Top scientists were quietly, it says bottom line, top scientists were quietly whispering to each other, this virus has a weird feature that looks man-made. And if that's true, it could blow up the whole field of virus research. Grok said, that's the core message and concern of the document. I said, was this a real email? Yes, this is a real email. It's an authentic exchange from February 2020 that have been made public, hosted on Document Cloud, and referenced in multiple investigative articles. Let me keep going because there's some more. It gets crazier. Okay. I said, what other viruses have we seen with that common engineering technique? It said the engineering technique you're referring to is inserting or naturally evolving a polybasic furin cleavage site, short for FCS is the acronym for it, a short sequence of amino acids that allow the virus's surface protein to be cut by the host enzyme furin. This makes the virus more efficient at entering cells and spreading, sometimes increasing its ability to infect new tissues or hosts. So what it's saying is that this specific engineering that they did called the cleavage site, or the furin cleavage site, it makes the virus more efficient at entering cells. So whatever they did to that virus that they're wondering why it's there actually makes it more able to be infectious. That's why it's always a new strain, y'all. Because they're taking strains that already exist that potentially can't be transferred human to human, like with the HANTA virus. Never have we seen the HANTA virus ever be able to be transferred from human to human. But now all of a sudden there's a new strain that is a rare strain that was found by rats. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. This document coming from the chief of virus ecology section laboratory is telling us that this shit looks like it was pretty much basically telling us that, yo, this shit was engineered. That's pretty much what they saying in a nutshell, for entertainment purposes only. That's basically what they saying. So let me keep going because I want y'all to understand exactly what this shit is saying. I said, what other viruses have we seen with that common engineering technique? It said this is not unique to SARS-CoV-2. Furin cleavage sites occur naturally in many viruses and have also been studied and inserted in lab research. So I also wanted to provide the fact that they also use this for techniques as well to figure out how viruses work and how we can heal them or how they become more infectious. So this isn't just a technique just to create viruses. They actually learn from this and they actually study for that. That's important to say. However, it's just crazy that, this happened to be the one that gets released. You feel what I'm saying? So what are the other viruses that have this insertion or this feature, right? Guess what they are? Influenza, okay? HIV, Ebola, and herpes. Like, those are all the viruses that have, so to speak, been said to have been created. And they just all happen to be the ones that have, this inserted feature into it. I said, for someone who has no idea, break this furin technique down and how it works and what it means to us. It said, what is the furin technique? Think of a virus like a locked door that wants to break into your cells. The virus has a key on its surface called the spike protein. To open the door and get inside, that spike needs to be cut at the right spot, like using scissors to trim a key so it fits perfectly in the lock. Furin is a pair of natural scissors, an enzyme that your own body cells have everywhere, especially in the lungs, airway, and other places. All right. The furin cleavage site is a special short sequence on the spike that says, hey, furin scissors, cut me right here. So what it's basically saying is that you have this furin naturally all in your body. And when this spike protein lands into your body, it basically is shouting to the furin in your body that, hey, let me in, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So when furin cuts it, the spike changes shape, pops open, and the virus can fuse with the cell and enter much more easily. How does it actually work? Virus is made inside a cell, an infected cell. As the new virus particles are being prepared to leave the cell, furin, the scissors, spots the special site and cuts the spike protein. So yeah, this shit is crazy. The shit is crazy. This document is basically alluding to the idea that there potentially that 2019 COVID SARS was created in the lab. Basically what it's saying. AENJA said hantavirus is listed as after effects of having corona. Facts. And I could believe it. So yeah, I just wanted to make this short video, get on here and update y'all on what's going on. If y'all haven't already seen my other hantavirus videos, go onto my page. I'm going to be uploading this on Rumble too. Make sure y'all follow me on Rumble, y'all. I'm going to post a link in my link tree so that we can get some more people over there. It's a lot less censored. And I just want to have content on other platforms. I already got banned for posting videos about this subject on TikTok. Why, I don't know. But I want y'all to, go over there, head over there to Rumble and YouTube. Check out the links in my bios. I will be back soon. I'm going to tap in with y'all. Love. Peace.
You invest in now? Are you investing in yourself? Are you investing in AI? Just where it's going is crazy. Like, it's a brand new way. So I feel like these are tools that inspire the minds, because we're going against AI is like a million men's minds in one, right? But it can never conquer you, because